Hi everybody, welcome to Fiber Fun with Olivia. My name is Olivia. I am a crocheter, I am a knitter, and I like to geek out and nerd out on anything fiber related. I hope you do too. Welcome to the Fiber Fun familia. I hope you have a little bit of fun with us. Today we are doing part 3 of my yarn inventory. Why am I doing a yarn inventory? Because I want to be very intentional about stash busting, about using up the beautiful yarn that I have that I've accumulated throughout the years. I want to use a ton of it this year, so I am being very intentional. However, in order to use that yarn, I need to know what I have. I cannot tell you how much the first 2 videos have already helped me because I've already remembered, oh my God, I had this project that I had to finish. We're talking about that green and blue scarf. Yes. Or, oh my God, I had plans for this. Oh my gosh, I have that pattern that I purchased. It's like sitting in my computer. So anyways, it's really helping me to sort out what I have. If you have built up a stash, I highly recommend it. It is hard work. I am not gonna lie. It's kind of like when you spring clean at home and you start pulling out all those things and it just becomes a hot mess in your house. And it has to get like worse before it gets better. And then it's totally worth it because you've gone through it, you've decluttered whatever you don't need. Anyway, it's just super, super helpful to go through your yarn and do a yarn inventory. So that's what I'm doing. Today we are doing my worsted weight yarn. You guys, I have a lot. So let's get this started, shall we? Okay, now that you've seen me throw it into a plastic bin, let's start reviewing this worsted weight yarn. Let's start with Ferris Wheel by Lion Brand. I kid you not, I thought I was running out of this yarn, and I was even thinking about putting in another order because I was like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. I want to make more things with this yarn. I really, really love this yarn. I found a few more skeins as I was like throwing it into that plastic bin. So this is Ferris Wheel by Lion Brand, and this is in the color pink marmalade or marmalade. Oh, this has this purple, pink, mustard in there. Okay, so that's one. I'm gonna put them on the sofa for now. And then I have another one in the color Cotton Candy. My daughter has already called dibs on this one. She loves teal and she loves purple. So it has a little paper in there to remind me that this belongs to her. I have another one of the pink marmalade. Yay! Oh my God, you guys. I have another imaginary garden skein. So I did a scarf, and I talked about it in my Whip Sips video, the most recent one that I just uploaded on Friday. And you haven't seen that part yet, but after I filmed that, I finished the scarf, and I didn't do, it's 2 rounds of 15 rows, and I didn't finish the second set of 15 rows. Why? Because I ran out of the second skein, and I thought, I'm not gonna order more. Oh my God, and I have 2 of them. I don't know if I'm gonna go back and continue. I don't know. I think I might just leave it. Let me see if I can pull it. Here it is. So I stopped at, so I did the first 15 rows and then 8 rows, and I stopped and I thought, this is good enough. It looks good enough. And I think I'm gonna leave it at that because it's like just enough, and I feel like if I add those extra 7 rows, it might be too much actually. So, but it's funny. I mean, it was meant to be, I guess. because, you know, it ended up being exactly what it needed to be. Sometimes that happens in life, right? Like we don't plan for things and things happen and we're like, oh, it was supposed to be this way, but things happen for a reason. I truly believe that sometimes. So anyway, I have two more in that same shade. I have another one in Wild Violets. I love this one. I love this one, Wild Violets. It has pink, like rose and mauve, a little bit of taupe in there, and a little bit of blue, even some darker brown. Take this off. Yeah, that's pretty. I hope I have more of these. Let me look. I do! I have another one of those. I also have another one of Cotton Candy, which is the one that my daughter, yeah, so I have two of the ones she wanted, so yay! Okay, I think that is officially all of the Ferris wheel I have. So how many is that? 2, 4, 6, 8. I don't think I can hold them all up at once, but those 4 and those 4. So that's 8 more skeins of Ferris wheel. In a prior video a while back, I've mentioned, I mean, I keep on saying this, I love this yarn because of the colorful striping that happens. It's so gorgeous. It has these jewel tones and like some, you know, subdued tones like the browns all combined. It's just beautiful. But I mentioned that this reminds me so much of Noro. And I actually still have some Noro here. I didn't even realize I still had some. This is some Noro. Look at that, you guys. I mean, this has like some other colors, but does it not remind you of Noro Curayon? Actually, this isn't Curayon. This is Silk Garden, which is a DK weight, but look at those colors. The only thing is, and I bought this a long time ago. I have not bought Noro in years. So if it's softer now, I apologize. But this one is not that soft. And people back then would say, oh, if you just put it in some some wool wash, it'll soften it up. It didn't. I made a few things and they were beautiful, but I never wore them. So maybe for a blanket or something like that, I'm going to use this to destash, but I don't use it. And what I love about this is that it has the colors of Noro, but it's soft. This is super soft. So I love this. I think it's what, $4 or $5 a skein on the Lion Brand website. It was on sale for a while, so a lot of them like were gone, I think 2 weeks ago. But yeah, it's a great yarn. I love it. And before we move on, I forgot to tell you, so obviously all of this yarn is going to be 4 weight or worsted weight, but it's 3 ounces and it is 100% acrylic. So since we were talking about the Noro, I have 3 skeins of the Silk Garden. Don't ask me why it was with my 4 weight yarn, probably because I shoved it in there and I didn't think about it, but Silk Garden is DK, I believe, although I really feel like it feels like a 4 weight. I don't know if you can kind of see that. It's like a thicker DK or a very light worsted. The colors are amazing. I mean, Noro never lets down. Let me put them all together here. And of course it had to be the ones with pink, right? But yeah, they're not that soft. So I'm probably gonna use these like when I destash for a blanket or an Afghan. Yeah, because I'm not gonna let this go to waste. It's beautiful and it's wool. Wool is always warmer, so it's perfect for blankets. So I have 3 of these. Actually, no, I have 4. I found one more. So I have 4 of these. So yeah, and this is, in case you're curious, 45% silk, 45% kid mohair, and 10% lamb's wool. So yeah, not very soft, but it is wool and it is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. If anybody has tried Noro recently and it is a lot softer, please let me know. Because I have seen a lot of the Noro ads in a lot of the magazines, but I just I don't know if I want to risk it and buy more if it's not soft. I've gotten really snooty about my yarn. I like soft yarn, you guys. I like soft yarn. So let me know if Noro has gotten softer. I want to know. Speaking of softer, this is Muir Woods. Of course I had to get it. I live in the San Francisco Bay Area. We go to Muir Woods. This is what you do. This is 100% acrylic, and it has that kind of like Tiffany blue with a little bit of brown and a little bit of like avocado green, but also like a darker hunter green in there. It looks really pretty. It looks very much like you're walking into Muir Woods. And the color is Laurel. So they had a line of this. I don't know if any of you remember. It's gone now, but Muir Woods, it's a woods area that's really popular here in the San Francisco Bay Area. It's up north by Marin County. And it has beautiful hikes, beautiful hikes. My husband and I used to drive our motorcycles up there when we were in college, and just, oh my God, it was beautiful. We don't have motorcycles anymore, but we used to a long time ago. A long time ago in another life. So yeah, this is in the color Laurel. They did have other colorways, but by the time I went to order, most of them were gone. So I got this one, and I have 3 of these. This one lost its its wrapping, but at least, you know, you can see the yarn. So 3 of these. Next up is Touch of Alpaca by Lion Brand. I was so curious about this one. Now, okay, I'm gonna be honest, it's not soft like alpaca. It's definitely like a soft worsted weight yarn. That's what it feels like to me, and that is perfectly fine because I love the color. It's very bright, but can change depending on the lighting. And the color is, this is 90% acrylic, 10% alpaca. And you know, some alpaca yarn is not that soft, I have found. So it just depends on how the yarn was made and how, like, so much goes into it, right? There are different types of yarn. So there's different types of alpacas too. This is in the color Jade. So yeah, in the color Jade. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Next up is Impeccable. I got this at Michael's, and this is in the color Putty. I can't remember why I got this. I know it was for a project, and I think I may have finished that project, and I can't remember what the project was. I really can't. But it's still a nice, like, it's putty. It's kind of grayish, taupe-ish. I am a big fan of like gray, but I have started really liking like a gray taupe. So I really like this color. I can see this going into a nice blanket for sure. I have another one that's very similar to that. Check that out. I mean, not exactly, but it's very similar. This is Cascade Yarns 220 Superwash in the color 875. I'm not sure what color that is, but they do have colors assigned to the numbers for Cascade Wash. So, oh my God, where did I get this? This was a Knit and Nibble. This was at my yarn shop in Tampa, Florida. That's how long ago I had it. We've been back in California for about 10 years now, so this yarn is at least 10 years old. But yeah, look at that. And see, that's another reason why, if I'm able to, I like to try like the nice, not nicer, but like pricier yarns, because sometimes when you try them and then you go back to Michael's and you're like, oh, this is actually very similar. Yeah, so I like finding good deals that are very similar to like the pricier lines at the local yarn shop. Of course, there are some lines that are unique, but there are some that you can get pretty close. I know that many of you know that I used to have a makeup YouTube channel. It was called Makeup Fun with Olivia. And one of my favorite things to do was to try the pricier makeup lines and then compare them to the drugstore. And I loved finding dupes, right? I mean, that's very common when you go to see makeup videos. And so I like doing that with yarn too. I love trying these yarns that are a little bit pricier, but then I love finding something that is very comparable so that you don't have to spend that extra money, right? I have most of my cotton in a separate area, but I do have this one inside because most of my cotton is from Michael's, but I got this paint box online. Again, I think this was for a project. Oh, I know what it was. It was some kitchen stuff. And I made one or two, and then that was it. And had these two little skeins. So I need to find something for them or make two more of those same ones. I just don't like making things over and over. Anyway, this is really nice cotton paint box. I had never tried it, but I kept seeing people talk about it, and it's really nice. This is a 4-weight cotton Aran. This is in the color 605 Stormy Gray. Yeah, I love my gray. I love my gray. It's really pretty. So I'm probably going to put this with my cotton yarn. Next up is Lion Brand Mandala Ombre. I'm not a big orange person. I know I've mentioned that before, but I do like it paired up with other colors. And so here it's paired up with some pink and some light pink, like some medium rose and light pink. But honestly, because it has so much orange, I haven't used it. I think this was me trying to push myself outside of my comfort zone and getting something different, and so it's just stayed there. This might go in a giveaway. We're gonna put it over here. This was so colorful that I couldn't resist it. Premier Basics Mosaic. But I haven't used it. I haven't tried it. Has anybody tried it? I love how colorful it is, and it is looped in with gray. Actually, it has it's just all kinds of colors. I don't know. I feel like it has a gray base, but no, the closer I look at it, it's not a gray base. It's like a light blue almost. But anyway, I like how colorful that is. So pretty. This is in the color Cuddle, and it is 100% acrylic. Here is another Cascade 220 Superwash that lost its tag, and I don't know what color it is. But I had a lot of Cascade 220 Superwash, and I've used them for multiple blankets, so this will probably be used for a blanket. Cascade 220 Superwash is really nice for blankets, I feel. I mean, you can get away with something a little bit like pokey for my taste in my neck area, but they have beautiful colors, and you can wash them. You can wash them in the washing machine. Here's another one, and this one is in the color 816, and it's like a dark gray. Ooh, I think this is leftover Silk Garden. The tag is in there, must have been leftover from my last project. Another Cascade 220 Superwash, this one. Oh, this is actually a 3. Are the other ones 3? Huh, that makes me wonder, maybe these aren't 4-weight, maybe these are DK, because this one doesn't have the knit and nibble tag. So I probably got these more recently at my local yarn shop here in California, and so now they have that little number that we like to see. It makes it easy for us, right? And I remember that being one of the complaints that I had about this, that they didn't have them back then. So maybe these are DK. And I've been treating them like worsted weight yarn. So, and this is in the color 849, and it's like a light teal. Not light, it's like a medium light. We're on a roll with that Cascade 220. Here's another one. This is like a lime green. I do like my brights, don't I? And here, who remembers this? Stitch Nation by Debbie Stoller, Alpaca Love. 80% wool, 20% alpaca. Brought to you by Red Heart. Who remembers? Who remembers? I used to love this yarn. I think I got this at Joann's in Florida, I'm pretty sure. I loved it so much. The colors were bright and beautiful. This is my last one. I need to use it. Again, this is not like, even though it has, what did I just say, 20% alpaca, it's not like that super soft, but it's not, it's just a soft acrylic. It's not, you know, it's a great acrylic. That's what it is. So yeah, this is pretty. What happened to Debbie Stoller? Is she around? I don't know. She had that, what was that, the book, Stitch and Bitch book, and then all of these like Stitch and Bitch groups popped out all over the nation. They're still around. I still see them posted, come to our Stitch and Bitch. So yeah, she was huge. She's the one who started all that. Anyway, if I remember correctly. Here I have something from my Yarn Yay. It's Vicky Howell Montoya Merino, with her signature color here. I think this was for the December box. I can't remember, but I didn't make whatever the pattern was for that month, and I love the yarn, so I need to make something with it. This is a heavy worsted / Aran weight yarn, 100% superwash merino, 175 yards or 100 grams. Dry hand dyed in Turkey. Yeah, the colors are just beautiful, beautiful. This is, one of our relatives gave this to me. She brought it over because she likes to thrift, just like I do. Thrift shops, go to the yarn section. Oh my God, best kept secret, right? Or maybe not so best kept anymore. Anyway, she got this on sale. It's Yarn Bee Ashley, and it is, let's see, in the color Dakota. It's a cute yarn. So yeah, it's a little bit on the rougher side, but it's so nice and fuzzy and colorful that I definitely like this for a blanket. We need to do a blanket de-stash make along. Oh, here's another paint box cotton. Whoop whoop, 3 of them. Up next, I'm not sure what this is. It has a little paper in there. Let's take a look. This is Audine Wool's Haze by Knit Crate. Oh yes, I was subscribed to Knit Crate. I think Knit Crate is no longer a subscription, if I'm not mistaken. This is in the colorway Dusk, 70% superwash merino, 20% kid mohair, and 10% silk. Audine Wools, but I think Audine Wools is still around. Let me tell you, this is soft. For having mohair in there, yeah, this is squishy too. This feels like a chunky, actually. It might be a chunky. Might be in the wrong place. I need to look this up because it feels chunky. I'm going to put it over here so we can look at it later. Next up, I'm pretty sure this is Malabrigo, and I'm pretty sure I bought this at Knit and Nibble in Florida. I did start a project, I remember, a cowl, and then I frogged it. I had a big ol' like Whipsapalooza. This was a while back when I first started Yarny videos, and I said, make it or frog it or something like that. I don't know what I called it. And I ended up frogging it, and it's a beautiful yarn. It lost its little tag, but I know it's a Malabrigo, and I just loved the tonal shades on here. I know it's a worsted, I do remember. It's so soft. If any of you are familiar with Malabrigo, that's what it's famous for, right? It's just so soft. But see, this is what I'm talking about. You feel this, they're equally soft. The Ferris Wheel and the Malabrigo. So I'm telling you, this is a great line. I really hope it doesn't go away, because sometimes when you love these lines, they go away. I don't know if it's because people don't know about it, or people, I don't know. Or maybe it's just me that loves these bright colors and not everybody does. So if it's not purchased a lot, then the lines go away. Next up is 2 of 1's Color Theory, 100% acrylic. This is in the color Tourmaline. This is like a very light teal or winter, but it has some gray in there, and that's what I liked about it. When the sun changes, unfortunately, the sun is behind me. There, that's the true color. It made it look really dark right now because of the lighting, but and this is a really soft yarn. I got 2 more colors because I wanted to try this yarn line. Let me show them to you. This one is in the color Dijon, as in Dijon mustard. If you haven't figured it out, I love the Dijon mustard. I'm always joking around with my husband. Excuse me, would you happen to have any Grey Poupon? I said that one day at work, and these young gals were like, what are you talking about? I'm like, oh my God, I'm dating myself. I'm not embarrassed. You know, it is what it is. But if you get it, you're in the know. And if you don't get it, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can probably look up on YouTube old commercials about Grey Poupon. It was these commercials, you know, they were trying to, you know, sell the mustard and, you know, put it as this is the fancy mustard. And so you would see this limo pull up and they would ask the fancy person in the limo saying, excuse me, would you happen to have any Grey Poupon? Or was it the fancy car person? I don't know, you guys. But anyways, there was a commercial and that's what it reminds me of. This last skein is in the color Stonewash. Kind of like a gray blue. I love anything mixed in with blue. So here they are together. And one of the things that really intrigued me about this line is that it said that it was created with colors so that they would all go together. No matter what yarn color you chose, it would go well together. Kind of like Vanna's Choice was. You know, any color you used, it would go together. And I'm like, And you know, these are pretty different ones, but they would look lovely together. So I thought, let me try it. Let me get a few colors that I like. And if I like the yarn, then I'll get more. But so far I've gotten these 3 and I still haven't used it. It's still here. Oh, I got one more. One more in that line. This is in the color Peacock. Peacock, you know I had to get the bright ones. So let me get them back. And see if you throw that peacock in there. That looks pretty too, right? Yeah. I just got to use them. Next up is Katia Azteca. This is a 4 Aran. Wait, I actually looked that up because this was mixed in with my DK. So I looked it up and I started like writing it in the back so that I remember. This was a gift from my friend in Spain. If you saw my other 2 videos where I am doing yarn inventory, I mentioned that I've done multiple yarn swaps with my buddy in España, and this was one of the ones she sent me. I guess she kind of knew I like pink. I really got to use this. Okay, let's move it along, Olivia. You got a ways to go. Okay, this is Premier Anti-Pilling, 100% anti-pilling acrylic in the color Twilight Blue. I have 2 of these. And I'm pretty sure this was for a project. Was this for the dino blanket? I don't think so. I don't think that dino blanket needed, or it could have been that I got it because I was enjoying the anti-pilling so much on the blanket. I don't know, you guys, but this is what I have. 2 skeins of that. This bin is almost empty. And then I have this one. This was definitely in my frog or make or whatever video I did in the past, because this was made up into something and I frogged it. So let's look at the paper. It is by Crystal Palace Yarns, called Waikiki. It is 62% viscose, 38% cotton, 105 yards. In the color, oh, it's covered up. Oh my god, yeah, I got this in a Tampa, this in a different Tampa yarn shop. Oh, see, it pulled off the color so I can't see the color, but this is probably not even around anymore. But I remember I was going to use it to make a market bag, and I actually did make the market bag, but then I didn't like it, so I need to find something else for this, because I do like the colors and I think it's really fun. It has some orange, some purple, some hot pink in there. And it's a really interesting yarn because some of it, let me see, some areas it's thicker and some areas it's thinner. And I know a lot of people don't like that, but I kind of like it when yarn is interesting like that. You just have to find the right project for it. But I like it when it's interesting like that. I guess I like the texture. You know, I'm a texture queen, so anything that has texture. Another cotton by Premier Cotton Batik. This is in the color Blue Curacao. Yeah, to put these where the cotton is. One of those. And then this is a DK and a cotton, leftover hipster cotton. I must have used part of it. See, not all of it is here. If you saw my other video, you saw that I still have a few more of these hipster cotton in the color Desert Skies. This is for my top, I think. Or did I do the placemats? Yeah, I think I did placemats with this. So I need to finish those placemats. All right. The first bin is empty. Ooh! Okay, let's do the next one. I'm going to try to go a little bit quicker because you guys, so much yarn. Okay, what is this? This is Karen Marble Cakes. This was mixed in with the other ones, right? If I remember correctly. And so now it's with the worsted weight. Oh, I didn't say the color. We gotta have the color. It's shades of gray, cookies and cream. Cookies and cream. I might make another one of those triangle fringe cowls. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe put it together with this one. Karen Marble Cakes. So this is, I didn't realize I had another one of these. Remember I mentioned in the last video that I made the triangle with this, but then ran out, and so I started using this. Little did I know, I still have some of this. And not only that, but I realized that I made the triangle shawl with yarn that I'm using for a blanket. That blanket is a whip that I forgot about, and so now I've used up some of this and I only have this one left. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that blanket. Next up is Mandala Tweed Stripes. This is in the color Dragonfly. It has all those shades of blue, so pretty. This is the one that I mentioned, the Mandala Tweed Stripes. It kind of feels like there's cotton in there, but there's no cotton in there. It's 100% acrylic, so it's very interesting because it feels cottony when you're, I can even feel it when I'm doing this, but when you're crocheting or knitting, you feel like, you know how there's that tug with the cotton? On the positive side of that is that when you do use it up, your make, like if it's a scarf or something, it feels lighter too, like cotton. So here's another one of those Mandala tweed stripes. This is in the color Wishing Well. And the Cascade 220 Superwash continues. This is in the color 810. This is beautiful. Let me see. I have another one here. I think, yeah, this one says color, or that these are 3, so these might need to be moved to where my DK. So this is another like mauve color. The mauve color is 881. Here's a couple more. And this pink and gray. The pink is color 835, and the gray is like a light, like ice color almost. It's a really interesting color, almost like the lightest of blues. I found it very interesting. The color is 1914. Okay, I think that was it for the Cascade 220 Superwash. I have 2. These I recently bought. You all know I shared it with you. I actually want to get more, but let's figure out what to do with like all of this yarn first, shall we? This is Impeccable in the color Gold Tweed. Love it. Love it. It's kind of almost like a little bit too much gold for me because I do love my mustard, and this is a little bit on the gold side, but it's okay because I love tweed. I missed out on the other tweeds. I don't know if this line is still around, but I did look it up online and saw the other tweeds. I'm like, oh my God, how did I miss this? Okay, next up is Mondial Le Perle, Il Fascino del Alpaca. 55% alpaca baby, 45% lana virgin merino extra fine new wool. It goes on. I can't pronounce it. This was definitely a gift from my Spanish friend, and it is so soft. So soft. It's like a neutral, like light brown. So pretty. It says the color is 502. This is soft. This is soft. This was in my frog video, and I ended up frogging it. I do remember that. So this is Cascade Yarns Venezia Worsted, also bought in Tampa, Florida. This is in the color 133, and it is 70% merino wool, 30% silk. It is super soft and very lightweight. This might be a DK weight. Yeah, I need to look that up too and see what it is and write it on here. Next up is Malabrigo Kettle Dyed Pure Merino Wool, worsted in the color Shocking Pink. Because of course, I love Shocking Pink. I haven't even caked it, you guys. I'm pretty sure I got this in Tampa, Florida too. It is a little bit tonal, which I like because it gives it depth. I need to use these. Ooh, I have another one of these. I didn't realize. Okay, I have another Katia Seca. And this one is not all thrashed like the last one was. And you can actually see the color better. Oh my gosh. What was this? I just remember that it was a very nice yarn that I definitely got in Tampa. I was making a shawl. I need to go back and look at that frog video because that's where I say what this was. I don't know where the tag went, but I remember loving the color, and I still do want to make that shawl. I actually purchased a Craftsy video where it was a tutorial showing us little by little. I forgot the designer's name. She's very well known in the yarn community, but yeah, this was like a raspberry color, and it's beautiful. It's a really nice yarn. I can't remember. Ah! This is what it is, because I have another one. It is Classy Worsted Weight Dream in Absolute Magenta, 100% superwash merino wool. That's the tag. It's Dream. This yarn, the Dream color, super squishy, beautiful color. It was a dream to work with. Ah, how funny. It's called Dream. It was a dream to work. I didn't do that on purpose. It just kind of worked out. So yeah, that's what this is. And I have two. Yay. Next, I think this is Malabrigo. It has some taupes in there, some berries. Let's see. Also purchased in Florida. Yes, Malabrigo Stone Chat is the color in worsted weight. Yep. That's beautiful. This is when I was subscribed. Oh my God. I can't believe I haven't used this. I'm going to take it out so I can show it to you. Mini Mill subscription box. This was from a Mini Mill in Canada. I signed up for their subscription box and I got a couple of them and then stopped it because I wasn't using it. But it wasn't because the yarn wasn't absolutely scrumptious. This is the Island Collection worsted, and let me tell you, this is some of the softest yarn. It is so soft. Oh my God, so soft. I felt like this needed to be something special, but sometimes you do that and then you end up just leaving it there. So I need to just use it. This is definitely going to be around my neck. Okay, this was from like 2 Christmases ago. Holiday Pastry Puff Yarn from Hirschner's. I think this was in a prior video because it was in the DK weight or something like that. But it is a 4 weight, 70% acrylic, 30% wool. I don't know, maybe next Christmas and it'll be in a giveaway because, yeah, I'm probably not going to use this, even though the colors are so pretty. Oof, I remember this. Oh my God, I forgot about this. This is by Knitted Wit Erin Shimmer. She has a YouTube channel, and this was, God, from a year ago maybe? 2 years ago? Anyway, it's pink flavor color, and it's 90% superwash merino, 10% silk. It is soft, and it is gorgeous. Gorgeous. It almost has like a tint of violet in there. I don't know. It's just like this bubblegum pink, and I love it. When I was a subscriber of Knit Crate, I got this yarn. Don't ask me why. I messed up and I misordered, so I got these 2 boxes that had extra yarn in it, so I ended up with 4 of these Dean Wools Sleek. Yeah, by Knit Crate. It also says Maya Luna Corazon. Colorway is unwind, 55% merino wool, 30% baby alpaca, 15% mulberry silk. Hand wash only. This is really soft. Really soft. I cannot wait to use this. So yeah, I have 4 of those, and that's rare because I never order this much, but it was a mistake, but it was a nice mistake and a part of the same box. Or maybe, I don't know how, no, it was because I ended up getting extra of this too, also from Knit Crate. And actually, I think, yeah, this is the earlier one that I showed you that was caked up, but it's actually this one. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I have 6 of these in the color Dusk. Yeah, so this would be a very nice project, and they're really soft, but I see these in a blanket. That's where I see them. I have 2 more of that anti-pilling everyday worsted in the color Lake. Actually, I don't think the other ones were Lake, so this is a different blue. These 2 may have been in my Knit Crate or may have been at a thrift shop. I don't remember. Gatia Solca, or maybe it was from my friend in Spain. These are really soft. These are 60% Lane Merino, 20% alpaca, and 20% silk. That's why they're soft. I feel like these are bulky. I need to look these up because, yeah, it looks kind of chunky. This is really soft. So soft. Okay, 3 more in here. This is Basic Stitch in the color Frost by Lion Brand. This was going to be a part of a mermaid blankie that I was going to make and that I never made, and I ended up using some of it for that Christmassy blanket, the chevron one that I finished up recently. I did end up giving it to the same baby girl that I was going to give the mermaid blanket to. I talked about this in a prior video, and I put it in my worsted weight because it's worsted weight. It feels like it anyway. We don't know because it was hand spun by our local librarian. And then last but not least, it's some more of that, this one, the same yarn, I guess. I have 2 skeins of this. That is it for this cabinet. I think we're good. I have more worsted weight and more DK weight. We're gonna put that in another video. It might end up being 2 more videos on top of this one. This is video number 3. I have a lot of yarn. I don't know, it might be even 6 videos if I do one for the cotton. Do you guys want to see the cotton too? Let me know. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you had fun. This is so helpful for me because I get to see what I was going to order more. Oh my God, you guys, oh my God. You know what? Yes, I'm glad I'm doing this, and I'm glad I'm using it too. Again, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you later. Bye!